One other thing where Hillary Clinton got in a little trouble over the weekend is Friday night at a fundraiser, Jamie, if we can, in New York, where she was, she thought she'd answer the question about who are these people supporting Donald Trump?
To just be grossly generalistic, you can put half of Trump supporters into what I call the basket of deplorables.
The basket of deplorables that she went on to describe Jamal as, here we go, racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, and he has lifted them all up.
Yeah.
Now, was she talking the truth, or?
I went on a Twitter rant about this on Saturday.
All right. Yes.
Because here's the thing. First of all, she wasn't just at a fundraiser. She was at a fundraiser for an LGBT crowd, right? LGBTQ crowd was where she was.
I didn't
She was endorsed. I mean, she was introduced by Laverne Cox, who's on Orange is the New Black, who brought her in.
Yeah.
So she was in a room full of people who have been at the receiving end of the vitriol of the very people that she's talking about in this basket of deplorables. Number one. Number two, she said half of Donald Trump supporters. Now, most Americans do not equal half of Donald Trump supporters. Most white Americans do not equal half of Donald Trump supporters. So she's talking about a particular set of people. We've seen this Pew study that talks about these Donald Trump supporters who say they believe that African Americans are lazy. They believe that Barack Obama was born in Kenya and he's a Muslim. They believe that we should erect the wall and we should forbid Muslims from coming in. There was a public policy poll about people saying that people should even be allowed to practice Islam in the United States, who are like 30 or 40% of Donald Trump supporters. Maybe she got this wrong by saying 50%, but if that's true, then Donald Trump is the one who has to come out and say how many supporters actually do believe these things, Donald Trump. Don't let us have to define who your supporters are. You define it for yourself. And he's closing up with David Duke, and the current Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan has said he supports him. And you've got all these people in the alt-right, which are basically the nationalist, racist people like Southern Poverty Law Center have been tracking for years, who are now lining up behind Donald Trump.
He has not repudiated them at all.
And he has not repudiated them at all. I think that
she was telling the truth.
She was telling the truth about these people, and we have to call it out. And there are lots of and so she went on and said, the other half of Donald Trump supporters are people who are very good people, who are frustrated, who think that the country, nobody's looking out for them, and they're looking for somebody to argue their case. She was as encompassing as she could be about this crowd, and I think the people who are signing up with him just need to know they're in bed with a whole bunch of folks who are who they should not want to be associated with.
Nobody is reporting the other half that she talked about,
That's
which
right.
are people, she said, who really do have some reason for being not trusting government, that nobody's been carrying out for them, right? And they've really been hurting during these good times for some Americans. And she said we have to understand them and empathize with them.